In this weekend's first reading from the book of Numbers, Moses knows that he can't control the Spirit, so he refuses Joshua's request to stop the two men who received the Spirit that weren't part of the 70 elders. Moses knew that the Spirit will go where it will, and it's through that lens that I see ministry, to be open to the Spirit that goes where it will in my life. The frame that holds the lens, of course, is our conviction that God's love is so much greater than we can ever imagine, that we are able to see and know joy in participating in the love that God has for us. Like hundreds of us at CCOP, I have been led to ministry inside the church. I'm a Eucharistic minister. And I also run the program for folks who want to become Catholic and join our community. But in the last few years, I have felt drawn to participate in mission education with the Maryknoll Fathers and Brothers. I have gone on a few short-term immersion trips. In July, I spent a week with 11 others in Appalachia, in eastern Kentucky. We considered the struggles of the people of Appalachia in the context of coal mining and in light of Pope Francis's encyclical Laudato Si on the care of our common home. I was struck by the beauty of the region. I'd never seen so many trees and so many different shades of green. We stayed in a simple Benedictine monastery, unplugged from the internet and cell phone coverage. We had the opportunity to spend time with a family who deliberately chose to live off the power grid. We paused and we reflected on what we saw. And over the course of the week, what we saw was heartbreaking. Deep wounds in the environment have delivered suffering and death to life in that region. For example, as a result of the mining process, heavy metals leak into creeks and streams and turn them into an orangish color. Orange water is nasty stuff. It's unsafe to drink, and it's very difficult to treat. We also visited old mountaintop removal sites. Here, the forested tops of mountains were stripped of trees, topsoil removed, and then dynamite was used to get to the coal. Mountaintops have been lowered, and as you can see, the land is bare for miles and miles. Cancer rates in the United States are highest in the coal mining regions of eastern Kentucky and West Virginia. And some of the counties in this area are among the poorest counties in the entire country as well. As often is the case, sickness and poverty go together. We quickly acknowledged that harm to the environment is widespread and is not just limited to Appalachia or to coal mining. And Pope Francis is correct. We can't solve our environmental issues without first healing our own relationships, that there's a correlation between the way we treat each other and the way we treat our planet. And if we see ourselves as interconnected to nature and to each other, then our environment can be seen as God's creation in which we are part of and called to care for. We believe that Jesus came to liberate and to heal. Therefore, there is always reason for hope and new life. On our trip, we participated in a tree planting ritual where we planted chestnut tree saplings on an old mountaintop removal site. The goal is to restore the mountaintop one tree at a time. We visited an urban farmer who established a cooperative to help provide healthy food for households in the surrounding neighborhood. Healthy living, one household, one neighborhood at a time. We spent time learning about a nonprofit organization that works to restore confidence and dignity to women who have endured abusive relationships and difficult times. We spent time at the New Hope Medical Clinic, a clinic that serves the uninsured who are struggling with environmentally related illnesses. We toured a solar farm that uses 32,300 solar panels to generate enough energy for about 1,000 households. Renewable energy in baby steps. There is pain and struggle in Appalachia and in Northern California. When we choose to live with purpose and the awareness of God's love and be open to that spirit, then healing happens, one tree at a time, one family at a time, one farmer, one healed woman, one clinic, one solar panel at a time. This stuff is contagious. Faith spreads and people love and are liberated from causing harm. Our relationships heal. The environment heals. This is the hope that Pope Francis tapped into when he penned Laudato Si. This is the joy of the gospel. This is the joy of doing ministry. And this is what I brought home to share of my experience of Appalachia.